Well, it's YouTube. Happy now. All is now. It's a gift to be in the present. First say, signing back in here, putting out my perception into the cloud of the collective to expand the collective consciousness. Okay. It is currently Jupiter Day in the space and location where I'm at. Okay. And you are now tuning into the mind of an algenic moon. Okay? And Horus will be transiting the third house in the sky as I make this video. Okay? So this is going to be my continuation on Saturn placements. Okay? So this is going to be Saturn in Taurus. Okay, so my last video was Saturn in Aries. If you're watching now, this would be Saturn in Taurus. Okay? So let's go over here. So Taurus, this is second space in the sky where Taurus comes from. Okay? So, what do we know about Taurus? What's the modality of Taurus? The modality of Taurus is fixed. This is fixed Earth. Okay? Taurus is fixed Earth. And yeah, so it's fixated, consistent, stubborn. These types of characteristics would play. Okay, when we're looking at Taurus. Okay, and ruled by planet Venus. Okay, feminine side of Venus. Okay, so yeah. So when we look at this, it's more. When we're talking about Saturn, though, in correlation to Saturn. So Saturn, like again, I say, is that planet of reality, time, limitations, obstacles, boundaries that you find in your life, let's say, things that are perceived to be boundaries in your life. This will be your Saturn, where you place boundaries and restrictions, So, so this is Taurus. Okay, so with this in Taurus, it's going off head here. You could be someone who could, be, let's say, you could be someone who sort of, let's say, what's the word I'm looking for? Good at saving, good at, when we're talking about Taurus, this Venus, energy signature is more geared towards money, it's more geared towards fixed possessions. Not just money, but fixed possessions, things you value, your value system. Okay? So, anything that you value, you could be, let's say you could put obstructions in front of that. Like you could guard and be protective of things that you value, anything that you place some sort of value towards. You could be like protective with that, boundaries and restrictions when it comes to your spending habits, could play here, so yeah. So boundaries, restrictions, obstacles. And Saturn is yeah, like I said, how you go about also, you know, gaining stability in your life. Okay? So it's also about how you go by gaining stability in your life. So you to gain some sort of stability in your life, most definitely you have to place boundaries, from unwanted forces, to gain some sort of stability in your life. You most definitely have to, detach from unwarranted energies that, could be disrupting this. And this is what your Saturn is for. Your Saturn is, your government in a way, So, here, you could be, let's say, since you do have a way on, let's say, not spending, since, this Saturn placement is sort of like teaching you how to, teaching you about your fixed possessions and things you value. Okay, so in this placement, this is what Saturn is teaching you. It's teaching you how to value your possessions. Okay. So these outer planets, like I say, they're your tools. Jupiter is that knowledge and wisdom, teaches you through knowledge and wisdom. Saturn will teach you through, obstacles and limitations. Okay. And you'll have to work with the energy signature that your Saturn placement is in, and the house place is another factor. The house plays another factor as well. But right now, I'm just looking at the sign. Okay. So you will be able to gain stability with your fixed possessions. Okay. Because this is, it's not Saturn can work with Taurus. Saturn, rules Capricorn. Okay. Saturn rules Capricorn. Okay. And Capricorn is a trine with that's another Earth sign. Saturn can work with Taurus. When Capricorn is dealing with that gaining a foundation, business, anything you can gain some sort of foundation on, your status, hence why I say the government. Saturn, let's say Saturn is your government, because that is, when we're dealing with Saturn, we're now talking about crown chakra. Okay, we're talking about crown chakra, and we're talking about Saturn. So how do you, Saturn, there's some metaphysics to, and let's say we could say more occult information when dealing with Saturn, So all these planets, they play a part, I recently, feeling the vibe and looking at the messages on social media when I get on. Now people are realizing that astrology is a lot more than zodiac signs. It's more of the planets. Okay, so we're now looking up, so that's something that is a positive. Okay, so Saturn in Taurus, most definitely, you know, it can work with Taurus. You know, Saturn is not teaching you a harsh, you know, let's say not too harsh of a lesson, you know, this lifetime. You know, you just learn, just teaching you how to, you know, gain some sort of stability with your values and what you value. And, you know, it's not, Saturn can work with Taurus. You know, it's not too much of a harmonic, let's say, what's the word opposite of harmonious? It's a good placement. Okay, I don't even want to use that word good, but still, it just is what it is. All right, precious signing out. Catch you next now.